extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
A shotgun snap for Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Watch out. Hey! Watch out. Express! Motion. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, here's Newton. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Newton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. To the air again, Newton. Pass incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Gun.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on third down, Newton. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And the Seahawks.
14.
Watch that. Check, Mike. Mike, 54. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Now Wilson on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Go. You got to get moving, man. Man, moving. You got to get that. Mike's 54.
Now Rashad Penny. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. I got it. Hey, 0.
Mike, 54. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Here's Wilson to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Penny. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Gun. Here we go.
A final shot before the break. Newton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a first down throw for Newton. The throw left side complete to Hogan. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
59 mark, check, 59. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check 59, Mike is 59.
Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Right there, 56. Hey! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Newton now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Check Mike 54. Mike.
Now Newton. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, 82 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing, but there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Check 43.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the run, 20. Check 52. Check your hot read.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Ready.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
I'm coming. Shift. Watch the shift. Gun. Express!
Newton now to throw. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Crunch. 8. Watch the whip.
Here's McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Watch the run. Check. 8. Check 20. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Newton. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Makes the score Seahawks 38, Panthers 17.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over at their own 25-yard line.
What?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
14, 14, find it. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Guys, listen, listen, listen.
Again, it's Penny. Escapes the defender. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is Penny. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Gun. Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
After the penalty, it's Penny. Tackle made by K1 Short. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now it's Penny. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Clear. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Right there. 14, find it. Check. Slam. Shit, wait. Hey, alert. Go. Go. Bounce it. Check. One set. Check, right.
Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got Lockett, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Seahawks 45, Panthers 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, we got tight left. Hey, boys, we got four down.
Throwing again. Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hogan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
20. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Newton throwing again. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll run with Penny, looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Wide, get wide. Quick.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. One left.
On the run, it's Penny. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
4 down, 4 down. Go. Mike's 50.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards.
Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Gano for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Next to score, Seahawks 45, Panthers 24.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Breaks the tackle now with Alley. He's at the 50, 30, 20. 10. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
At the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
We own them. Go. Hey, alert. 50, Mike's 50. Rip right. 50's the Mike.
From the gun, Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's a gain of 29. That's another Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short. And that is how this one comes to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.